walking with you.
Oh my gosh, Andrea, so this is the gym?
This is the gym.
Okay, so give me a tour, because you know I'm into fitness too.
I got you.
Not as much, but I can do my own thing. So I want a tour because this is beautiful. I love the colors, I love the decor. So give us a walkthrough.
I got you. So obviously, when we first walked in, we have the recovery up front. Just it's not only for members; it's for whoever want to come in. And then the reason why you see how it's broken up into 4 quadrants, right? And how the machines are facing each other. I'm an athlete. I train a lot of athletes. So I still want that competitive side. I want people to still be competitive when they're looking at each other and want to bring that dog out, that athlete out in them. So it's 6 to 9 people per queue. We fit about 60 people inside. And so it's one of those things to where you have all the cardio equipment on the inside, and we do a lot of plyometric training on the outside.
Okay.
But it's all functional training. I mean, it's all functional training. It's not like a CrossFit gym. It's not any of that. It's a little bit of kind of, I call it my refuel HIIT training, just because we do a lot of resistance with a lot of cardio, just kind of keeping you in a fat burning place. And then also we have strength classes here, and then we also have plyometric classes, TRX classes. We're about to incorporate boxing classes. So this is a really cool place for me too, because it allows me to be more innovative in my quadrants.
So I love the design of everything. So whenever you leave your mark every day, I love all of the athletes and everything. And so I know that women, you train men and women, but I know women, we're trying to sort of let women know it's okay to be strong, because a lot of times women have that, oh my gosh, a reservation of, she's gonna kill me if I come here, because this looks like a gym. This looks like it's some real, like you got some real equipment in here that could intimidate people. So what do you say to those women whenever they come in? It's like, hey, you might have started it over here, but this is what we're doing. How do you address those issues?
I don't address them.
Oh, okay.
That's the truth. I don't address them. I think that when you come in here, people, even when they come in, they always ask, you don't have free classes? I'm like, no, because I'm sure when you heard about the gym, when you saw the gym, you know exactly what I'm delivering. And so even with that being said, I don't discuss it. I think that you have to want a new style of life. It's not about the working out here. It's about the mental training that I do here. It's about the psyche. So even on Saturdays, it's just it's our pivotal moment of the week. We do a full meditation right before the class. We do a meet and greet right before the class. So it takes about 20 minutes to even start the class. And everybody knows on Saturdays when you walk in here, you know exactly the type of energy you're gonna get. But that is just throughout the week. You know how like you go to church on Sunday? That's what I do on my Saturdays, to make sure that we do a full check-in. But I don't address weak minds. I don't.
Okay, all right. Yeah, hey, I get it. I too. Okay, so we're going to go sit down. I want to hear all the story of how you came up with the gym, the idea, your background, all of that good stuff. So we're gonna go.
Wait, is that harsh that I don't address it?
No, I love it.
I got.
You like F your feelings. You come in here to get some work. Don't come in here whining.
Yeah,
I love it.
Okay, she said it's so much better.
So now, workout, gym tour. Your girl's out here sweating, and it's 182 degrees outside. But I have the Andrea Everline, who is the owner and founder of Refuel.
Yes, ma'am.
And she is going to tell us her story. So I want to just start at the beginning, because fitness and having a healthy lifestyle is a choice. So tell us how fitness became something that was inputted into you.
So just as a little girl, as a little girl, I personally didn't have a choice. So my from my brothers to my uncles, we were on the track before we even started and went to school. So I think it's been something that's been embedded in me since I was a little girl. And I was really good in sports, played ball, ran track, in any kind of sport, really. And then I went to college. And it's just been a part of my journey since I was a little girl. So fitness has always been a part of like our staple in our family. When we got together, it was about playing basketball together. It was about racing. It was all that stuff. So it was just the center of what we did and what we do together as a family. So I can't run from it if I wanted to.
And that must mean that you are also competitive because because a non-competitive person would be like, I ain't doing all of that. But a competitive person is like, oh no, I got to keep up with everybody, the tall boys, everybody, dad, everyone. So my next question that I want to ask is because I recently had a discussion with someone and I was explaining to them that maintaining a healthy lifestyle is way harder than starting. And I was like, whenever you start, you have a goal. I want to lose 15 pounds. I want to do this, or I want abs by this day, or whatever it is. Like, you have a goal. But to go in and day out and still be dedicated, and even though it becomes like embedded as a lifestyle, it takes a lot of consistency and discipline to do it. So what's your opinion on that? And how, I guess, do you preach that about the consistency and the discipline whenever you have your clients or whoever you're talking to?
Well, I personally feel like you don't, now that I'm 41 years old. So when I'm at the age I'm at, I think when I was younger, I wanted to have the aesthetic. The aesthetic was so important. And as I've progressed in this industry, I realized that when I'm working with tons of athletes, you can go work out every single day. You can train every single day. But if that mind isn't right, it doesn't matter what you do. And I think that now it feeds my mind and my soul more than it does aesthetically. So I'm not even chasing an ab. I'm not chasing a bicep. I'm not chasing any of that. I think that's the byproduct. So I agree but disagree when it comes to, I believe that starting is the hard part. I think that when I get to see the results is where it becomes easy for me. I think each person is different. And I think fitness is something that you have to do, not necessarily. Fitness is something to me to where you got to go where your vibe's at. And what I mean by that, I tell people that come to this gym, my gym might not be for you every season. I'm not that invested in you having to be only your only home. I'm like, I own this gym and I still go to Pilates. I still go to yoga. I still do all this other stuff at gyms because I need it for my spirit. I need it for my soul. And I think that you got to find what works for you and a lifestyle that works for you. If it's skating and that's where you're getting your workout at, do it. You know, everybody's not as competitive as I am. That's why I said this gym, and it says clear as day when you go on my website, this gym is not for everybody. It's for those that are seeking a new level of fitness at a different mindset. My mantra here is leave your mark every day. I think that when I started the gym, my main focus was creating something that I used to always say this, is that I want leave your mark every day to be the new Google. Okay, for me and for people that come into my space. And the reason why I say that is because everyone thinks leave your mark is all about leaving the sweat equity in the gym. It's not about that. Leave your mark as a nurse, leave your mark as on this podcast, leave your mark when you go into the classroom, and it's for everybody. It's a mantra everybody can practice. And I think that when you come in here, you get that. You get all walks of life. You have people that's 60 years old in here. They probably can't lift what I lift. But I promise you, they want that energy. They're here for the energy. They're here for the experience. And that is what I think fitness is. It's about the experience. And it's not about, I think that we get so, like I said, we get so wrapped up about the aesthetic of something that we forget that we should have fun with this thing. And so we should be experiencing the lifestyle of being healthy and not making it feel like a chore, you know? And that is why I think people are intimidated, because I force people to get into that space. And it's not about, oh man, you're going to kill us. So what? Let's get in here. Let's talk.
I love to be killed. Yeah. I love to be killed, because then I'm like, wow, that I thought I died 3 times, but look at me, I'm still on the other side. So
but what happens in between that moment is the best part, right? There's moments where I'm talking crap to you. I'm getting in your psyche, and then there's times I was like, come on, you got this. And now it's more love. I think that and then after you're done, you feel so accomplished, you know. And it's like a crazy game almost. Like, you come in here, you're trying to conquer it, you know? So that is what I enjoy about fitness, is that I'm teaching people how to experience the lifestyle, have a real experience in it. Don't be so caught up in the fact that I got to just do this one thing. And if I don't do it, if I don't eat 6 meals a day, I failed. No, that's not my lifestyle. I don't even eat 6 meals a day. I don't even know what that look like, you know? So I'm like, you got to get got to do what works for you. And I think that's what I try to focus on with all of my clients, anybody that come in contact with me, is that let's experience fitness. Let's experience the lifestyle of being healthy, And I believe that starting has been, even in my journey, one of the hardest things to do, But when I'm maintaining and I'm around a group of a community that's, even if I'm not in that community, but when I'm starting to see the results and starting to see the clarity of my mind and stuff like that, I'm like, man, this is everything I needed, So that has been my challenge. My challenge has been at the beginning and not in the middle. So I think every person is different.
And I was going to segue. Thank you for saying the word challenge, because that was my next question too. But I do love that you gave a realistic answer for that, because I love that you were able to explain that you got to find what works for you and then make that realistic. And I think that's part of the consistency too. Whenever people are shooting something that's totally not obtainable for them, and then they get defeated, and it's like, well, yeah, like, let's make realistic goals for you. So I want to go into challenges, and that's one of the things I was trying to segue into about the challenges. So when someone comes in, because you have different fitness levels, you mentioned all of the age brackets, the demographics, the genders. So how do you create a plan, and what are some of the challenges that you find that you've, I guess maybe now, since you've been doing this for so long, you can look at someone and say, I know this is what you need, this is what you don't need. How do you structure that?
Like, for as like the plan when
yes, like if I come in, not me, but somebody else. I ain't ready yet. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm coming. No, I love to work out. When I saw my girlfriend, I was like, oh my God, I gotta come. I gotta go. Now I know Saturdays are the day to come, so I gotta come on a Saturday. But say I'm just someone coming in, I've just been going to a 24-hour fitness or something. I maybe didn't have a trainer. So what are those steps that you put into place? How do you create and structure the plan of, this is what I want to do? Starting with, what information do you need from me? Like all of that. Pretend I'm coming in. What are you going to give me? She's probably going to be like, this girl.
So that's a personal one-on-one to me. When someone comes in and they do one-on-one with me, that's different. We do a personalized, complete, full out. It all depends how long they want to be with me. We work through that, and I create a 6-week, 12-week, whatever program for them. Now, if you're coming in for the classes, my only focus is to say, hey, where are you athletically? And you say, I'm a beginner, right? And you tell me, you say, well, I don't know which class I should come to. I tell you exactly which class to come to. And I say, well, it's not a lot of people in this class, so I need you to come to this class.
Okay.
Especially if you're a beginner. Now, when it comes to personalizing plans, we don't do that here. You either, not in the classes. I think that we're working now through tiers. Like we have a tier 1, 2, and 3, which kind of shows you, hey, look where you were at when we first started to where you're at now. So it allows you to be proud of yourself, right? So that's the tier board that I love that we have in the community. And I think that what we do is we just I try to tell you, don't come to my class on Saturday if you know you're a beginner. We've had beginners in here. They're like, yo, this is too much, right? Because it can be. You got to be a little maniac to come in here. You got to be a little off your rocker.
I know. I'm maniac too.
Yeah, so you get it.
Right.
And so those are the type of people, I think those are my people. Those are my people I want. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you just starting and you 400 pounds trying to get to 120. Though I need somebody that's a little crazy enough to say, I want that bad. And so when you come in, all I say is if you're a beginner, you get whatever you need, what weight you need. I'm going to put the weights out, but you get the weight that you need. I'm going to push you, but you do what you can. So I think that I force people to really take responsibility and hold themselves accountable more so than anything. Even the structure of how you have to book your memberships. Like you only get 3 days. It's like your credits don't roll over. So I make people, if you get a 3-day package, a week package, then you have to come those 3 days or you don't get those 3 days back. So it holds people accountable too, to say, if I do 3 days, I got to come 3 days or I'm losing my money, So I just try to hold people accountable for what they say they're going to do. People think I'm military and I'm not, but I am very militant when it comes to I even had people come in here when I first opened. I would never run my gym like that. And I'm like what? I'm like, there's a lot of control here. And you'll be people are very grateful when they are in your space, when they know, like, I know she's going to take care of me. I know that program works. And if you look at the progression of all my members that's in this gym, they're all progressing. It doesn't matter where they're at. And I always tell people, I want you to, like, if you came in and I say, Holly, I said, talk to Andrea. And the reason why I'm connecting with Andrea is because Andrea got a story. And Andrea, you looking at her body now, but she ain't looked like that before. And her mindset wasn't the way, people come to get fed.
What happened?
Nothing, is slipping.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, people come to get fed. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, I think we can talk more about working out. But that's not what this gym is here for. This gym is really a safe place for people. It really is. This is really a safe place. Like, so the difference between 24-hour fitness and this place is that, one, it's a studio. It's a boutique studio. So it's more intimate. So you get to build in your community. And then I also saw other group classes that I would go to. It was a bit cliquish. I'm like, we ain't doing none of that, you know? And then also for the culture, I wanted us to have something really dope, super nice. I go to a lot of studios. It's not run by us. And if it is, it's no organization there. And I'm like, and I'm not saying that all, but I wanted something for my culture to say, man, this is a nice boutique, studio, and I want to be a part of it. I want to take ownership of it. And that's another thing too. Like, I always tell people, I'm not worried about the quantity. The people will come, you know. I care about the quality of the people that's in my building. And so I want people that want not only this type of lifestyle, but want this type of structure, you know, and want to be part. Like, when people in here, when you thought if you do the rower and you slam in the rower, they be like, oh, don't do that. It's this hook right there.
Right.
And I love it because I'm like, yeah, they taking ownership of this place, you know?
Right.
And that is what I love the most, because now it's running on its own. It doesn't need me anymore, you know? So it's running on its own. I can come out the floor. It's still going to do what it's supposed to do. And that's how I know I've put the infrastructure in the proper way to know that it can run on its own now.
Well, you know, that also, before I go to my last question, but I wanted to say that when I always talk about Houston, and I always say how Houston, we have so many people here, and it's so crazy to me when I look at cities like Atlanta, where you're looking at demographics are very similar, but why is it that so many things are so successful in a city like that, but it's so hard for us here in Houston? Like, why? I don't get it. Like, I go to Atlanta, there's a Black gym on every corner that is thriving, like thriving. And then you come here to Houston and everyone just wants to go to Alpha Land, which I love Alpha Land too.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it is dope. I get it. But why is it so hard for Black gym owners to keep the gym going, to keep longevity? Do you have any insight into that?
I think we have some owners that are doing well. I think people like gyms like Afroland, one, it's like you can go in and do whatever you want to do. I think that the style of gym that I have, which is more in the lines of like an Orange Theory or F45 and those places, I think that the demographic, I don't know. I've always said this is a hard demographic to market to. And then in our communities, and we're talking about Black people, right?
Mine or Black and brown, because you know some of us, we little light skinned, but yes, you know who we talking about.
I think that we get a bit cliquish, right? And so I have all types of people that come in here, and whenever they go to another gym, I'm not pressed. Like, when people ask me, what do you think about? I'm like, always ask me, if you're looking to go to another gym, ask me my professional opinion. It doesn't stick, but just ask me, because I know your goals, you know, and I want you to know, like, hey, that's a good place to go. But like I said at the beginning of this interview, you have to go where you're growing, right? And I believe that like here in Houston, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say anything. We fat. We cliquish. It's all about what it looks like. It's about who's at the gym. And I'm like, you at the gym. Like, why do you care if it's a football player there, or who cares about any of that? So it's a very cliquish, and not every gym have quality trainers. Half of them ain't worth a damn, really.
Listen, I'm always like, sir, I could train you because you don't know what you're doing. You need some training. Like,
yeah, but but you get that in any market, right? You get it in any market, right? And the most positive thing about what I'm about to say is that you have to have the good with the bad. And I think in Houston, I just think that it's just I'm slow to cook. I will not negotiate who I am. I will not negotiate my prices. I will not negotiate any of those standards because I believe in what I'm doing. And I'm not going to I am not having a $5 boot camp. I am not having a $10. I'm not doing that because the quality of my service speaks for itself.
Right.
And so I want those that want to pay for it. And I want people that want a clean environment, a healthy environment, a non-cliquish environment for this type of style of training, right? So I do group training. So if you go to a group gym and you are Black or minority, if you come in here, we ain't doing that. That's not what you don't even have time to do it. Literally, you have no cell phones on my floor. So I don't allow people to even pull out their tripods or cell phones to even record. We're here to work for 1 hour, right? So this is you, this is us. So how can you work for 1 hour and you worrying about setting your phone up and you getting in my way when I want to work? No. You know, like, it's a full class in here, not doing it. So there's no cell phones. There's not even water bottles. You got to go to the cubby area for the water bottles. So it's like you get those, you get a full engagement here, full experience. And so that is why I do what I do. I mean, I genuinely, and then that's why I say some people are with it, some people are not. Some people are, she's too militant, she has too many rules. Not really. If you can't just go do what you want
to do, right?
This
ain't Ross. This is Neiman Marcus. We get it. We get it, Andrea. We get it.
That's all I'm trying to say. I've been trying to say that for so long, and you like I said, you keep saying it so perfectly.
I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So my last question is because, of course, you know, I do love to give advice to women. I love the women empowerment movement. I love whenever we're able to say that there were struggles along the way. This is how we educate people. This is what we did. So I love to highlight stories. Now, my last question is, because you coming in as a woman, I know there is a lot of pushback that men will give. Maybe not now because you didn't show them.
Oh, they do every day. They hate all the time.
Okay. I was trying not to stereotype, but I know that it's like hard because I'll tell you, just for me, when I walk in a room, I don't walk in like already talking and saying stuff. I'm just like, hello. So there, a lot of men will automatically assume I'm ditzy or they don't know my background or whatever. So they might not take me seriously. Well, how she got in here? Why is she up in here? What's she coming to talk about? They don't know my background. But for you, obviously they see that you are in shape. So you would think that would stop men. But what are some of those, I guess, experiences, or how have you navigated that where men don't give you the respect that you deserve?
I demand respect everywhere I go and what I do. So with that being said, anybody that's in this industry that's here in Houston, and I'm gonna talk directly to the camera on that. Yes, I am a woman. I'm not trying to be super uber masculine, but I do operate in my masculine energy when I'm inside this gym when I got to get stuff done. But I respect everybody at every level that they're at. And so any man that's in this industry know I'm a dog. They know that. They know I'm a dog in business. They know I'm a dog in this gym. I'm a dog. And I'm a lion in every room I come in. And so with that being said, I don't deal with disrespect. Let me just say that. But you hear it, and you're gonna always hear it. And I always, my brother told me the other day, baby, you on your way. And I said, why you say that? He was like, hell, you got people hating you for no reason, you know? And I love it. But to those men that operate more so in that feminine space, because I'm not calling you a woman, but we both have masculine and feminine energy. What you are recognizing in me is that I know how to get shit done. Excuse my language, but I know how to get shit done. And I think that what is being hated on is when you are getting shit done and they don't know how you're getting it done. But respectfully, I need you and you need me. And we can do so much more together then we can do separate. And I personally feel that's why I don't collaborate. I don't even, when people ask me to collaborate, I'm like, do you ever see 24-Hour Fitness collaborating with Fitness Connection? That does not make sense. So it's not that I'm hating on you or what you bring to the table. As a Black woman in this community, we can collaborate, but we got to find innovative ways to collaborate. But I cannot collaborate with you with another. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Absolutely not. It doesn't make sense for me.
It's your brand.
It doesn't make sense for me. So I think for as the respect level, I think that is the way I move. And so sometimes some people think that like I'm being a certain type of way. No, I support everybody. But when it comes to this male and female thing, I don't really pay attention to it. I'm literally in my own little bubble. I focus on my lane. I rock out my lane. I think those that know me here in the city that are in the industry, they respect me. And if they don't, they better not disrespect me, you know? So that's how that's going to work. I just think that we should focus on what we can do together and creating a better lifestyle for other people than worried about what a woman can and cannot do. Cause I don't even like the battle between the men and women at this, even now in every industry. Like, why is that even a discussion?
Right.
I'm not trying to be no man. I don't want to be no man. Right. I operate in a masculine energy. That's all that is. And when you got to get something done, that's all you see is me. I'm in that masculine energy. But I would love for a man to come in here and take over and do their thing. You know what I mean? Right. Like, but it's a beautiful journey, because what it does for me is check me in a space of being a little bit more observant, tap into more of my discernment of what and who I need to be and who I need to be around. I'm not around a lot of people. I'm not accessible to a lot of people neither. So that's important. But I think that is why I have experienced the little bit of backlash. But I don't hear it, honestly. Like, if someone has an issue with me, that's on them. Because I ain't done nothing to nobody but work my ass off and continue to get up and do my job, you know? So if somebody don't like that or have an issue, that's an internal thing. But I see it all the time. It's like it is a male dominant industry. And I think a lot, especially being a woman, a lesbian woman, I think because I am in this space, I think what happens is so many men want to put it on something. Like, are you trying to, and I'm like, no, sweetie, like, I'm really not.
I'm just me. Right.
But when it comes to men in this woman battle, I don't get involved in it. I had someone even ask me the other day to do a podcast with them about how the industry is with men and women, the industry for fitness. And I just don't pay attention to it. I'm like, I want to give you your flowers for what you do. Give me my flowers for what I do. And that's how we continue to make this thing grow. And it goes back to what you're saying in other cities that you see these people flourishing. It's because everybody knows how to give each other their flowers. Everybody knows. And I personally feel that way. You're going to have haters. But when you're really supporting people and you're showing love to people, that's how you move. But there's a ton of people that I know that own gyms here, and I wish them nothing but the best. But respectfully, I hear all types of stuff. Like, I have members, they'll go other places and they're like, oh, you work out at Joy's gym, you should be in shape. Just like subtle, you know, little jugs here and there. But for me, I hear it, I keep pushing, I love it. I think it's motivation. It refuels me. It does exactly what it's supposed to do for me on my journey. And that is what I'm saying. Like, I use that more so as thank you. I know I'm in the right space. Because if you didn't do it, and if you're not doing it, then they wouldn't be talking about it.
I'm gonna take that information.
Yeah,
see,
they wouldn't be talking about it.
Thank you. That's my new motivation or whatever. Okay, so how can everyone find you? I know you said online website. You have a website. You have stuff, obviously the gym. So tell everyone how they can find you, follow you. How can we support you? If they aren't in Houston, how can they still support you?
Gotcha. If you're not in Houston, sorry, you can go on the Refuel app just to do the virtual programs. We do have virtual programs. We have virtual trainers that you can be involved in. We also have a recovery room, which is everything here is at the location. You can just Google R3FUEL LLC, location pop up. We're right here in the corner in the plaza. You can also follow us on Instagram, which is R3FUEL_Southwest, or you can follow me personally, Andrea Everline. And then, the website, www.r3fuel.com. If you have any questions, call the gym. That's on Google as well. What else I want to say? Get in here. If you're not in the city, there's so many other ways you can connect with us, especially virtually. There's a lot of things that we're about to launch going into the fall, which I'm super excited about because I'll be working with a lot more innovative trainers to pull our virtual programs out. If you own a business, you can also rent my space. The space is here to be rented out for team builders, for businesses. And then also, if you want to do a photo shoot here, you can go on Pure Space, rent it out. Because I don't know what else.
But she a hustler, so you don't worry. You don't need to work out, but they got other things you can do too.
And you can come use the cryo machine. You can use our compression. You can use our infrared sauna without being a member here. That's open whenever you want to use it. All you have to do is book on the app. In order to get inside the building, you do have to book on the app. It is exclusive and it is private, but everybody is welcome. Everybody's welcome.
All right. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Of course. Thank you. Thanks for having me.